It's completely. It's like he made the decision before the ball was struck off Andrei's paddle. See the anticipation from Etta right there. Just kind of shifts her body over, punches it with the right hand.
One big difference today versus yesterday is the wind has really picked up here, Sam.
I like that as a fan. You know what? It makes the points fun, and it becomes, you know, who mentally can handle the wind best is probably going to have the best day out here. You got to go into it with a good mood. If you can be happy about the wind, and that's going to help your game. If you start complaining about it, you're going to be in for a long afternoon.
There's one that gets caught. It swirls down in this bowl here, but if you look at the flags, it is certainly at the backs of Meghan and Andrei. So good start for Wright and Alshon to get the first three.
Alshon just looks athletic. You know, when he's up there, you see him. He's dynamic with the paddle on that right side. Even though he's got the sleeve on, he's such a good mover in the mixed court.
Yeah, and you wonder where can you put the ball that he doesn't take it, and then your alternative is Etta Wright. That's not fun.
Not at all.
Wow, if that dude can't reach it, only Sam Querrey could have.
Andrei there unfortunately split stepped it, so he actually couldn't make. Once the ball was in the air, his feet were stuck, and you're right, just out of the. If he's probably 6'5". If he's not reaching it, I might be able to get it. Not doing anything with it.
And guess who's clearly not getting it? That would be yours truly. So that's 2 missed serves in a row there for Alshon. So we'll keep an eye on that. It's nice from Andrei. So not even close to getting to the kitchen there.
And Andrei did a great job of keeping that fourth ball, I guess, away from Alshon. He's looking to pinch. He had to put it pretty close to the line.
Well, Etta read that and just bailed, knowing that was way out. Oh, what a fill in the middle from Andrei on the shot before that, though.
I mean, when you counter with a speed up almost as he did there, that's some hand skill. And then a great finish though from Alshon.
Yep.
You know, one of those rare. It's the 3rd serve in a row, I believe, that Alshon has.
Yes. So now, don't tell me it isn't in your head. It is.
Missed 1 wide, 1 in the net, and 1 long.
That's just not a good series of sentences there.
Then it gets in your own head.
Oh,
Where's the adjustment here?
Yeah. It's all
I'm missing it everywhere.
Yeah. Go for that big center of the box cut. Wow, nice ATP from Alshon there. Paul is being moved with a wind that way, so it did give him some extra room.
It did, but you know, you can see at the end there, Meghan put her hand over her face. That ball was going out. It had an upward trajectory of flight. That's why Andrei's so effective in the mixed. When you're a male in the mix, if you're a big guy and athletic and can cover court, that's a dangerous combination.
Couldn't get there, though, so nice job of keeping them back and then using the front part of the court. So Alshon has been terrific on every part of his game except that very first shot in a rally when you have the ball. Tomahawk season is in play there, man. You got to have a strong forearm and wrist to hit that.
Yeah, rotator cuff. I love the players that can put away those high backhand. You know, it's a forehand shot on the backhand side. It looks easy, but it's difficult.
Oh. Shot there from Andrei. First dink rally of the match goes to Alshon and Wright as well, and they have a very nice 6-1 lead.
There's nothing more satisfying than winning a dink rally in pickleball, right? It's just what the game was built on. You kind of prove to yourself, you prove to your opponents that, hey, I can do this longer than you can.
So let's see if Andrei and Meghan can get a little momentum going here. Goodbye. And Sam, I'm sure you've had big wins and then you maybe don't play as highly seeded a team next, and to maintain that, love your take on that after this rally. Nice from Andrei there.
You're absolutely right. I remember I played Novak Djokovic at Wimbledon, maybe the biggest win of my career, 2016. And it was actually the next win I beat Nicholas Mahut, who was a good player, maybe ranked 30. And that win almost felt as good as the Novak win, because just sometimes you're, like you say, it's hard to back up a big win with another win over, say, someone you're supposed to beat at that time. So I always kind of look for that. When you see an upset, what does that team do in the next round, or what does that individual do in the next round? Can they back it up and prove that it wasn't just a, you know, one-time fluky win?
Big return there. So they get within 3 here. Not a lot of flow in this match so far.
And I think with the wind, you know, the 4 of them need to be okay with not playing their best.
Yeah.
You're not going to play great. Windy pickleball is tough pickleball.
Whoops. Yeah, way too high from Meghan there. Oh, easily reloaded it, but couldn't make it.
I don't think we're going to see her miss one of those for the rest of this match.
Maybe the wind pulled it just a little bit out of her strike zone. Yes, please. And the net ruined it.
Best rally of the day, ruined. Well, only ruined for one team.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Alshon and Wright don't think that was ruined at all. They're like, hey, we're doing well, and Alshon's made his last couple of serves too, so they're up 8-3 here. We'll share with you how many points are available for the players after this rally, just so you can see as we get to the end of the year, and players are trying to qualify for the final. Oh, sneaky from Meghan. Dizon right down the line. And here's a look at the women's mixed doubles. And you can see if the season ended today, Etta Wright would not make it. Only the top 8 do. So this is a huge match for a number of reasons.
Saw there, she's only 100 points back of the 8th spot.
That's pretty from Andrei. So nice couple of rallies coming out of the timeout.
It's great awareness from Meghan Dizon there too in the mixed doubles. She instantly gets her body out of the way. I think, you know, a lot of times she could have put that ball away. She knows Andrei with the big frame is going to probably bring it with a little more pace.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of right side players should just let anything past their left shoulder go. If you're and that includes men's and women's doubles, if you've got the right aggressive left side player.
It's a strange dynamic in pickleball sometimes, especially with the ladies. They have to know when to get out of the way is actually like a big part of mixed doubles.
Yes. Yeah, and you can't believe how close together you should actually be as a team, too. Yeah, another fourth from Meghan that's way too high. Easy pickings for Alshon.
A few points ago when she got Alshon up the line, I think she should do that a little more.
Yeah.
If it works or not,
get him out of there, Sam.
He probably leans, kind of pinches middle more than most of the players do. Keep him on his side.
And that's a great job of Etta Wright just sitting on the 200 backhand. She doesn't have to worry about anything to the right of her body because it would be wide. Game point here for Alshon and Wright. And another fourth's a problem. Alshon's all over it. Other than a few missed serves, that looked really good for Christian Alshon and Etta Wright. They win.
Guaranteed pickleball play every week. No hassle, no paddle stacking lines, no worries. Join a pickleball league today and up your game with competitive, consistent, well-matched play. Connect with your local leagues, check live rankings on your phone, and play with ease. Whether you're there to socialize with your community, network across the net, or have fun playing your favorite sport, leagues are a stress-free way to enjoy your play. Find your closest league at pickleball.com and click Leagues today to get started.
This is a team to be reckoned with, obviously.
Oh yeah, you know, a loss to Ben and Emily. Everyone's got that loss on the resume.
Oh, and you grab game one in that one.
Yeah, it's almost a win.
Almost. So we'll see. Meghan struggled on this side because when you're dinking and the wind's at your back, sometimes you just have to leave it up a little and it accentuates it. That is going to stay out.
And it's so tough to hit quality third shot dinks with the wind at your back. With a tough wind at your back, you'll see players start to drive more because it's already a fine line hitting the dink. And you've got the wind there. It shrinks that margin even more.
Look at the big man just take over in the midcourt. Well done, Andrei.
And win or lose that point, that's tough as an opponent. When you see Andrei, a guy with that big frame, position himself, and it's in your line of sight. This big body up there swinging away.
So far in this match, you would definitely prefer to be into the wind, which is where Andrei and Meghan are. Nice inside out from Alshon.
Alshon can move that forehand volley around. He could have put that ball anywhere. He's very talented with the wrist, with the last second wrist movement, the way he places the ball.
Go behind the big fella. Don't let him take over in the middle with that forehand. So we'll see if they can execute that. The big fella being Andrei.
Sometimes it's harder to play when you're stationary. I know when I was playing mixed doubles, you know, on that when my partner hit the return, I always wanted that third ball. I wanted to go get it.
Yeah.
I always hated it when the opposing team went. Oh, all right. That's a good student, huh?
I mean, what a student. Clean winner. Lee Waters, superstar coach over there. Like, see, student, stop being petulant and do what I said.
But going back to what I was saying, sometimes this ball from Etta, that ball going at Andrei, sometimes players don't like that. The guys want to be moving to your right, and you're more comfortable on that side.
Yeah, plus there's a lot of that bite. You had the same issue. There's a lot to protect if they go after you. Again, the team on the side where Etta and Christian are having a hard time getting the ball to bounce. Altitude, wind, all contributing. And that's a great take from Alshon. As Meghan's trying to find the left foot of her women's doubles partner, and it never got there.
And that the gap just gets smaller and smaller and smaller with every dink. Previous take from Alshon, it wasn't only a great take, he did something with it. He kind of directed the take and put it into a difficult spot for Dizon, who had to kind of pop the next one up.
Yeah, nice shot.
There's just reload city, 3 of them.
You don't want to get. Andrei was trying to go backhand to backhand swinging volley test with Etta Wright. You're not going to win that.
Oh, beautiful from Meghan right there. Inside out, beats Alshon.
Ball placement there was a 10 out of 10 from Meghan Dizon.
Yeah, good shot.
Oh, Alshon had his hand in the cookie jar but got bailed out.
Sometimes you can win points with movement alone.
Oh, perfect ball. Just catches the feet of Etta after a good fight before that. So the lead is now down to 2. I mean, it just sounds different. Etta hits it crisp.
It's like I said earlier, she just does everything right, and that's the movement, your placement, the shot selection. It's just, she's a very smart pickleball player.
Yeah, it's great to see her back out here. Had to scratch from women's doubles in Virginia Beach, rolled her ankle in mixed, but maybe a little brace on that, but have seen no signs of a problem. And takes the Ernie and hits it into the vacated spot.
I think Alshon saw the Ernie coming, did a good job of finessing one just over the net to kind of limit what Andrei could do. See the replay, caught it below the net, couldn't do enough with it.
Oh, good swing and a miss from Etta Wright. She's like, it's so wide.
It was funny because it was 3 feet wide.
Yes.
It wasn't like
Oh, yeah.
it was just barely wide. She wanted the. Sometimes you get so excited in those
Yes.
firefights. You know, you want to finish it on your own terms.
Oh my, get a gift there, and we're tied at 6, and a timeout has been called, so the big lead gone. Oh dear, Shank-a-potamus.
That's the wind. It's swirly out here.
Yeah.
You just got to push that shot to the back of the mind, move on. They've done a good job of leveling this game too.
What a response after that rough contact on the rally before it. And he's got his serve fixed here. Let's see if okay, he made it. What a read. It burnt you very much right there. That is nice from Alshon.
He read that very early.
I mean, that flight had already been scheduled before the ball came off Andrei's paddle. Finally gets the ball down after a great run. So Alshon and Wright have come all the way back, 6 in a row. Wind plus spin pushes that one wide.
He's trying to do what Lee Waters told him to do. Go behind the big guy. Daescu kind of held his ground on that previous point.
Boy, Meghan had a great look at that, and no one gets the torque on the two-handed backhand better than her. Just got too much of it. Wow, Etta's had some crazy moves to not get hit with the ball.
Those shots are so difficult because she can actually make a play on it. Will most likely, you know, smack a backhand and get ahead of the point, but that one sailed 3 to 5 feet long. It was good job from Alshon to give a good aggressive out call.
Yes. Really good from Alshon right there, dictating play at the line. Within 2 of moving into the semis. Interesting choice from Alshon there. Sped it up right into the paddle of Daescu, and he made him pay.
Sometimes when you start feeling good, you get a little too much confidence.
Yes.
You think you can speed up maybe on the times that you can't. And that felt like one of those moments.
Sure did. Can they get to 10 here? They cannot. So Andrei and Meghan have had but 1 point in about 10 to 12 minutes of actual time. So got to get into the kitchen. And that'll do it. Popped up from Alshon there within 1. get it back after scrambling out of it. 9 apiece. Timeout called on the other side. So this. Welcome back, everybody. 9-9 in the quarters. Who's going to put their best stuff forward here?
I was on top of it. Yeah, but you called it out anyways. You played the ball. Exactly. No, I was calling it out. It was in my space. It was in my space. I was calling it out. Christian, you missed it first, and then you called it out. And the ball was in anyways. No. It's a late call. Here we go. We can't do anything as far as challenge. Okay. I can't answer an appeal to that challenge. Well, we can't because we're out of timeout. That's correct. What's the point? Here. The ball was in. And he did hit it first.
Okay, so I let that play.
I called it out.
So,
bro, it was here. It was like.
I agree with Alshon right now.
I called it out.
I believe he kind of made an out call around the same time he hit it. I don't think it was a late call, in my opinion.
I called it out as I was hitting it.
Oh, and Andrei just said, do you want to play? Wow, do you want to play?
See, she literally said out. Etta called it out.
So he calls it out with his finger.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Etta called it out. I thought it was in. But Etta called it out. My partner called it out.
That's right. Etta did call it out. They did call it out. Whether the ball was in or out, that's another story.
We're going to want to see that part of it. Not that it matters at this point, but just to set the record straight for the court reporter. All right, this is game point now after all that. All right, so we get one stop. So what a wild turn of events at 9-all. 2 players calling it out, but deemed too late.
10-9-2.
So he is cranked up after all that. He did not expect to spend that much time talking with Howard Hepworth today. So 2 game points saved. Oh no. And Andrei calls timeout here. Let's see if Alshon just lets it go. He is heading to his bench, which is 100%. At this point, that's what took place.
This is my court, my rules.
Yeah, exactly. It's Hepworth land. Just like that, they have a match point on their paddle. Way too high on the first third there, so can they get the next one down?
11-10-2.
Do it. So 2 game points saved for Daescu and Dizon, but then they return the favor and save 2 match points.
Back-to-back thirds that kind of floated a little high for the team of Wright and Alshon.
A little tight. And that was hammered after a very short return. 11 apiece. Andrei tried a heroic shot instead of just living to fight another battle there.
Those are the ones you run over in your tongue. Don't do it. Don't do it. You can't help yourself.
You know what he did? He did it. Wow, and Alshon misses a ball off the bounce after a good scrap from Meghan. Game point 3.
That was the movement from Daescu. He came in, he shuffled the feet.
Oh my goodness. Barely fends off the serve and hacks it literally like her ball was in a rough divot on the golf course, and it ended up to be perfection.
You just have to laugh about that, move on. Oh, man. Dizon's getting unlucky over there on the right side.
Wow, that's 3. A miss twice on returns, and then whatever that is that Etta hit over there at her. Meghan's not backing down, went right at him.
12-2.
Oh dear.
She deserves that after what happened on the previous
yes.
match point.
The pickleball gods clean this up for us
they
sometimes.
do.
That was not a good drive for Etta at all, way too high.
Oh, and Etta and Alshon, the drives have gone away from them here. These third balls aren't as crisp.
Can't get it away from him. Too high again from Dizon and Alshon all over it, so they do not add to their points. And I like this little discussion, like, hey, how about if we make a good third? Really whipping.
Right when they say that, it blows the hardest it's blown the entire day.
Wow. Etta bunts it back cross court. Match point number 3.
13-12-1.
What a fight to survive. Match point 4 coming up.
I loved everyone's where they positioned their body at that point. Everyone was just in the right spot.
Hit from Meghan Dizon, and that will do it. So Etta Wright and Christian Alshon fend off 3 game points against in game 2 and survive the wins. You had to save 3 game points against there in game number 2 and then got out the door on your 4th match point. How do you stay in the moment when you know you had chances, then you're saving chances? What is your mindset when you're in those big moments?
I think it's really just about staying present, not getting too far forward or like thinking about the last shot. I think if you're just staying with the current point, then I think that helps you mentally stay focused. So that's what helps me.
Christian, it's pretty pleasant right now, but it was windy during the match. Is the game plan change at all when the wind's swirling out there as opposed to a day that there's no wind and it's perfectly calm?
I'd first like to answer the previous question. So last tournament, I lost a match where I had 10 match points, and I don't think that's ever happened to me before. So I mean, when you're in those points where you have match points and you don't put it away, man, you really gotta, like Etta said, stay present, but stay with the game plan. Because if you try and like get tight and change what you've been doing, that's gonna backfire. So the win wasn't great, so.
Yeah, that's why I asked Etta that question there, Christian, but thanks for jumping in there, brother. Etta, the other situation on this court is you're playing your buddy, your women's doubles partner. How do you separate the two? Because this is a chance to move into the semifinals in a big tournament here at the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, I want us to both play our best and give it out all on the court. I'm not, like, usually thinking, like, oh, that's Meghan. It's like, oh, it's just another player. And obviously, we respect each other's games. But I think if you just are going in there trying to execute your game plan and just giving it your best, like I felt like we did today, then that's all you can hope for.
And then a last question for both of you. Christian, I'll start with you. How's the health? Obviously, you haven't been able to play singles. Are you feeling good enough to give it a lot, or where are you at in your journey here?
So I got a MRI of my knee, and it's a strain, and there's just a lot of swelling in there, and it starts to get better, and then we have another tournament, and it gets worse. So if I had like a month, just 1 month off, I'm sure I'd come back at 100% with singles, and it's hard to ask for towards the end of the season. So I'm gonna have to finish out this season without singles, and then get healthy for next year.
Got it. And then Etta Wright, and we're glad to hear that, Christian. Etta, you had to scratch from women's doubles last week because of an ankle injury. You seem to be moving well there, so how's that feeling?
Yeah, I just had a clumsy fall last tournament, so thankfully it wasn't too bad, and I have my ankle brace on, and I'm ready to go.